Yes.
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 Hello, everybody.
Good morning, everybody, peeps. It is the late morning show with Anton and Lisa Stewart called
Elevensies.
Elevensies.
Elevensies. And we are at
it's
the
not
crack.
a late night or an early morning.
No, it's definitely late morning. I mean, that's our gig, really. I mean, we're well into the coffee at this juncture, so it has to be said. So, what a beautiful full moon last night, was it not?
Oh, what a wonderful night.
Gorgeous,
yes.
gorgeous, gorgeous. We were doing witchy things because that's what we do.
Because we're witches and it was a full moon.
It's been known.
We
It's
were
been known.
very, very happy with our witchy work last night.
Indeed we were. Good morning from Gilda, Catalina and Carter. Good morning, Gilda, Catalina and Carter. Back to you. Hope you're doing wonderfully well and got your coffee going on. Welcome to our little show. And of course, it being Tuesday.
Tarot Card Tuesday. Tarot Talk Tuesday.
Tarot Talk. We're going to talk about tarot.
We're going to talk about tarot.
I don't do a very good American accent. Have you noticed that? I have to be. I'm going to put my aluminum altimeter in the garage.
No.
No, it doesn't work?
No.
I'm voiceover man. Yeah, it could be. Hello. Good morning, Heather. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, oddly enough, the card that we happened to pull.
Well, it was really interesting because I pulled a card and it was the Page of Cups.
Done it already.
Which I use as my Pisces card.
Yes, Fish Boy. Absolutely.
And we'd already talked about that card.
Yeah.
So he said, no, that's already on the list. We have to pull another one.
I am keeping a list. I'm being vaguely organized.
Well, because we work with the tarot so often, there's no way we could remember one card we did 6 months ago on a Tuesday.
Good morning, Wendy.
Good morning,
Thank you
Pam.
for saying thank you. She's very appreciative. Wendy.
So I pulled
So
another
thank you.
card, and I got the Major Arcana Pisces card. So there must be something going on in I would say in a positive way today for the fishy folks out there. So
Well,
I know they could certainly use a break. It's been a tough time.
it was purportedly, and according to a good many photographs, the supermoon last night was also quite pink. Quite pink.
So you think that brings on a little extra emotion for the
La
Scorpio?
Violence.
Oh, La
La
Violence.
Violence. Well, you know, the emotional kind of stuff, you know, yeah, it was a Scorpio full moon, but you know, Pisces are the emotional ones, aren't they?
Well, they
really
are the
got-
last sign. They have to deal with
Morning, Sparky.
a lot, you know.
They do.
Yeah.
They are definitely intuitive. But all of the water signs are inherently intuitive, I think.
I think so, yes. I think
So-
my Cancer moon is what gives me my psychic connections.
Well, my Cancer ascendant is what makes me cry at chick flicks.
Yes, I love watching chick flicks with Anton.
I'm a very manly man, I'll have you know.
It's my testosterone boy. Yeah.
Well, I got hair everywhere except on my head. So
Yeah.
yes, but that's probably more information than you need, especially this time in the morning. So anyway, moving on. Yes, the moon. You should go first. I think ladies
All right.
first.
Well,
today.
the first
Should I
thing
be
I
holding it
always say when I'm teaching my tarot courses, the first thing I always say is anytime we see a moon in a card,
Yes.
we know that the person is starting a new phase. So we
Really?
saw the moon. We see the moon in the Two of Swords. We see the moon on the Eight of Cups.
How
We see the moon on the
fascinating.
High Priestess. And, you know, just take note whenever you see the moon,
Two of Swords.
especially if it's near an ace, there's that new
beginnings.
beginning or
Yeah.
that new start.
Pivotal moments.
Right,
aren't
because
they, aces,
again,
definitely.
you know, we're doing cards one at a time, and we do cards one at a time when we read, do the speed reading Wednesday nights.
Speed reading.
But the tarot really do illuminate someone's journey or tell a story.
I have coffee here. How can I do both?
Or tell a story. So the minor arcana cards,
Bob Fleming.
excuse me, the minor arcana cards are kind of like the words that fill up a paragraph. And the major arcana cards, to me, are kind of like the beginning of the chapter, right? So the major arcana says, here's an announcement or something to pay attention to. And then the minor arcana cards that you have with that are like, here's the story, here's the meat of the story. This is the big pivotal thing, words on the bottom, chapter, whatever.
So this is like chapter 1 in which Rupert and Tintin go to Paris.
Okay. Is that what you named your dog?
No. I'm just saying that's so it's your like introduction to the story kind of thing. You know?
All right, who we got here?
I don't know.
We have Alexa,
gosh, hello.
Hello. And Nessa, hello. All right. So this card is very interesting because it's called the moon. But when you look at that orb in the sky, you can't tell what phase the moon is in or if it's a sun. You know, it's blue sky like daylight. And I know that the moon does illuminate the night sky, but, you know. Then you have these two towers that are connected to a lot of other cards as well. Like, you know.
Good morning, John.
So we kind of, you know, this card comes after temperance and after balance. And, you know, I see this card as being aware of other people's words and how they affect you, right? That you want to start a new phase, but you don't want to do it because you're feeling pushed or aggravated or, you know, the biting off your nose to spite your face kind of thing. Because I think Pisces has a tendency sometimes to...
Martyr syndrome.
Well, no, they take in everything. They take in everything. They're so empathic.
The receptors go to 11.
Yeah, and then they act based on how they've been pushed or pulled or...
How they perceive.
Right. So when I see this card for a person, I remind them to go within and see if what they're thinking about is really their own thought or if it's something that's been put on them by others. So because these dogs are like barking at the moon, you want to make sure that the people who are telling you things are telling you the truth. You know, somebody comes along and says, oh, you know, I saw your boyfriend at the diner with this other girl and they were sitting really close and they were looking at his phone and they were blah, blah, blah. And
didn't realize it was actually his
sister. Exactly.
You know?
So you need to just, you know, you need to just chill a little bit and figure out what is the best way forward. However, there is this sense of endurance because a lot of people say, oh, this card is the Cancer card. See the crab coming out of the water?
He's her lobster.
But it's a lobster. So, yes, he's her lobster. So this card is reminiscent of that difficult journey to begin anew, right? Coming out of the water onto the land to live this kind of human life. So that's what I would say about this card. Be careful. There's a new path to follow, kind of reminiscent of the Temperance card, but you still have to remain balanced. And all these little dots here are Yud, enlightenment. So there's a ton of information to be filtered. What's real, what's not, and then start your new phase.
So I love this card. Excuse me, I'm doing the Bob Fleming as
Oh,
well.
it's the
Oh, the
allergies
pollen is
today.
ridiculous today, so please forgive me. Hello, Christina, and I think we've got a new person watching us today. Thank you for
Lauren.
joining
Hi,
us.
Christopher.
So interesting. The moon card to me has similar to how Lisa reads it, but I read this as, well, the moon, first off, it's a given, comes our emotions. So when emotional communication gets into things, people can get angry, people can argue, people can get withdrawn, they can perceive things to be what they aren't, etc., etc., etc. And the moon does change things if you think about it. I mean, was it the Moody Blues, cold-hearted orb that rules the night, removes the colours from our sight. Red is grey and yellow white. But who's to say which is right and which is illusion? The moon being a luminary.
See, that's why I married him, because he could quote the Moody Blues. That cinched it for me.
Yeah. Hello, Chris. Thank you for joining us. Please mash that subscribe and like button. Tell your friends we're all about and all that. What are your thoughts towards me? I think you're a nice person. I'm sure you are. That's why you've joined us. But anyway, we're talking about the moon. Christina, we're not doing readings today, Christina.
This is Tarot Talk Tuesday. We talk about one
We
card.
actually just talk about. This is part of our ongoing discussion of the entire tarot deck, and so there'll be about 13 hours of instruction or our thoughts on it, at least if it's not instruction, perhaps. But so yeah, the moon does affect our emotions and it does alter our perspective. It's a luminary. It casts a shadow in astrology terms. It's a luminary, which means it casts a shadow on the earth. But the light that it uses to cast the shadow is not the light of itself. but the reflected light of the sun. And
Which is why Dracula should die anyway.
Well, I see you could outfox a vampire here. It's brilliant. So what you can bear in mind with this is that this may have altered your perspective. You know, who's to say which is right and which is illusion? Mm-hmm. You know, you may see things in a different light with the moon. And what's going on here in my mind, I think one of these is a fox personally, but I could be completely wrong.
One is Beowulf.
Okay, well, you've got a wolf, a dog, or a fox and a dog, and you've got a lobster come out of the water. Everybody's making a row. And you've got these two towers. And these two towers, although classically we can argue these are the pillars, the outer pillars on the tree of life, the Boaz and Yakin, the pillars of severity and mercy, etc. But again, these can be opposing forces. Do excuse me, I'm terribly allergies.
I know
this
we're
morning.
both
It's
like
getting
itchy, scratchy
rotten.
show here today.
Yeah, tell me about it. But if you look closely at these towers, you actually can see light through the two windows. You can see the sky through them, which would indicate to me that these towers are no longer occupied, that these are empty, perhaps.
No curtains, no tapestries.
So, no fancy things to look through, like considerate neighbours who leave their curtains open at night, which is lovely. But anyway, moving on. It's almost like, you know, arguing for the sake of arguing, hanging on to a principle for the sake of hanging on to a principle. It's not something you've necessarily thought about, but it's just something you like hanging on to. And if you've ever noticed when people get embroiled in an argument, it's all about what they're going to say next. Everything louder than everything else.
We don't listen to what the other person says.
We're not listening anymore. And that's what's going on here. Nobody's listening to everybody. Everybody's making a bloody row. And if you just shut up and listen for a second, you may be surprised to find that the person whom you are embroiled in an argument with is actually agreeing with you. Oh, hang on a minute. What? Calm down. Watch about emotional attachment here, because sometimes you can get emotionally attached and pulled off away from your place of peace and power and get bent out of shape. But the moon also raises our passions and our creativity and magnificent. It has an effect on everybody. I mean, ask anybody who works in an emergency room or a serving police officer or you know, artists. I mean, this is it. The light of the moon inspires us in some way. And who can say, I mean, we had the beautiful, beautiful, clear night last night.
Oh, gorgeous.
And who can say you couldn't look up at the moon and be in some way moved by it, you know?
Tonight, I think it'll be just as beautiful. And go out and have a look at the moonlight and see how different your perspective might be.
Very watery moon, Scorpio full moon. So, yeah. So the moon card, very apt and appropriate. We should pull it just around the full moon like that. So, yeah. But it's a lovely card. It really is. There's great lessons within this. Great lessons, you know. The path may not be clear, but the path does lead, you know, somewhere. It's up to you whether you follow it or not. But yeah, this is a great card, and it's obviously when it comes up in a reading, you can't just read one card unless you do just a one card reading, which I suppose is fair enough. But yeah, what's going on here? This can be good or bad, you know. It's a very, what do you call it in those games of neutral and I don't know, the dice thing. I don't know how that works. Dragons and Dungeons, you know?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, good and evil and then neutral and I think there's whatever, you know? So somebody will educate me somewhere because I know nothing about that.
Who is doing readings today? Okay. Hello, Crystal. Hello, Diane.
Oh, she's got to say hello to lots of people. I'll probably
Pam,
shut up then.
I have Amaryllis during the day today and Sean Michael after 5:30. So we do have readers all the way till 8 o'clock. And both of them are lovely. Amaryllis is Capricorn, so you get a very grounded kind of perspective. And she reads oracle cards. And Sean Michael is a Libra. And he reads tarot, but he's also a medium. And he does past life work, too.
He does. He's kind of cool. You love all this stuff. So lots of people watching this now on the Tube Review. This is lovely. So listen, if you are watching this on the Tube Review, please do like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate that. We're trying to grow our...
Oh, I'm sorry. Sean Christopher.
Sean Christopher.
I don't know why I said Michael. It's all good.
I think you're losing the plot. It's all gone. We had a plot once.
I can never get it 100% right.
It's the Aquarian way.
All right, so we're on to card of the day now.
Erin, good morning. You joined us. You're going to have to watch it all back again because it's all about you this time.
All right. Tuesday.
Yes.
The day after the full moon.
Gosh.
Tuesday is a Mars day.
Yes.
We know Mars is in Gemini. We know Mars has been giving people a little bit of aggressive kind of energy.
There's been a lot of fractious energy.
And our card of the day is...
What you got? Oh! So this, 6, it's not bad. It's not a bad
This card sometimes can actually mean a physical move, like change of residence.
Mm-hmm.
But as a card of the day, I'm going to say to everybody, be focused and work to row in the direction you want to go.
Indeed. And this for me is a card of moderation, definitely. It looks like we're moving from troubled waters to more calm, but there's still, we ain't finished yet.
No, it's the responsibility of this chevron guy,
yeah, we've got
the ferryman.
Well, hopefully that ain't the river Styx, you never know. But these 3 dolmen here, these navigational aids, are really jump out at me today, which says it's important. Yeah, just to want to go somewhere to change things is fine, but you still have to have a plan, you know. You need to be navigating somewhere. And, you know, 6 is a cards of moderation. They're always like trying to bring us back into a place of balance and what have you. So, yeah, there is that need to balance something within your life. Maybe you feel a bit stuck and wouldn't life be so much better if only I lived in Italy, if only I lived wherever, you know. But, yeah, wherever you go, you know, you're going to be there.
Your life sentence is with yourself.
So you probably a little bit of effort balancing the energies within yourself will do you more good than looking outside of yourself. In the words of Doreen, yeah? If that which you seek you find not within yourself, you will never find it without. So that's quite profound.
So for people who are interested in the tarot, take this card out and the death card and have a look at what you can glean from those 2 together.
Oh, and not only that, take the moon card out and the death card and look at them in close comparison.
Yeah,
spooky.
So
there's nothing on the cards by accident.
By accident,
nothing
and you
at
could
all.
spend a lifetime just looking.
Probably
and
several.
Every time you look, you'll see
as Skip said, look and you'll see more.
So we might be back later on today. We have some running
adventures. We have some adventures today.
My friend Dana tipped me off to something for sale in the mundane that we're going to
repurpose
into the magical.
Yes, it's absolutely
so we might
ideal.
show you later.
We might, yeah.
Something that we picked up that we're going to go pick up because it's finally in.
I see that YouTube has got this ability to put posts on it. Just suddenly appeared, so I'm going to be digging into that and see what all that's about.
Right. So I think it's wonderfderfully magical that
it's a magical day.
That our thing that we're picking up today arrived for a full moon blessing.
Got to be great.
Yep.
Got to be great.
So we and you never know if we're going to have box openings because we had
a few yesterday.
So many orders in the wind. There's all these new things coming in, and I also I'm going to launch a new subscription plan called Gifts of the Goddess.
You gave it away yesterday.
So yeah, the first thing for that is going to be a really lovely big black opal heart. So, and a few other little things too.
They weigh about a pound, don't they?
They're pretty big, yeah.
Whoa!
But they're gorgeous, and I thought that would be a really good way to start with a beautiful gift like that. So these are subscriptions that obviously you could give yourself that gift once a month.
Why not?
And a lot of work goes into them. I don't mean to go off tangent here on Tarot Talk Tuesday, but Danny and I
Tangential Tuesday.
Danny and I work really, really hard, and so does Anton, because Anton pours the candles.
I sit on my ass, do nothing.
We have Candle Club, and we have Magical Year, which is a ton of work to write up all that information, and we have guided meditations. We have 11 of those that you could have once a month, and now we're going to have Gifts from the Goddess. And then we're going to...
Sounds like you have plans for world domination.
I do. And we're going to have a crystal club eventually, but that's still in the works. We're working out how we can...
we have some ideas.
Help people build their crystal book of shadows. And that might be down the road a little bit because we're proposing to write a book.
Oh, well, yeah, we've got that. Yeah. We got so much.
There's just so much
plates on sticks. It's like...
but we will get there. And hopefully we'll see you later today. Hopefully what we ordered is not broken upon arrival.
That would not be good. Hopefully it'll be good. Yeah, and we'll have an adventure. And we're looking to... We've just sprung for another bit of kit. So we're going to be taking you on some adventures shortly, which is fun. And,
we'll change our venue.
Yes. We think it's going to be fun. So looking forward to it lots. And have an amazing, amazing, fabulous Tuesday.
Peace and blessings.
Love you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Instagram and on Twitter at Awareness Shop. Check us out on Facebook. Tell your friends. Share it everywhere. And we'd love to try and do our little bit to make the world a slightly better place, and you can help.